Panasiuk with Gibbons Motor Toys. The intent of this video is to help people understand their options for trailer brakes. The most common brake system that we have today is the electric drum brake system. So basically what you're looking at there is this is a battery, and the reason that there's a battery here is you have an emergency actuator which has got this cable so that if your trailer ever came undone, it would pull this plunger, the battery would electronically engage the brakes and lock them up. This cord on the electric brake system is for your lights and the brakes. The advantage to this system is that you can control your brakes with your engine brake controller in your vehicle. So your vehicle does require a brake controller, which most new trucks come standard with these days. So the biggest advantage to that, as an example, if you're driving on, say, slippery conditions, you can actually apply the brakes in your vehicle to your trailer and help assist a potential situation. If you got a trailer that's whipping back and forth on icy conditions, etc., you can apply your brakes there. Another advantage to this system is that if you go to back up, you don't have to do anything. Even if you didn't have this trailer plugged in, when you back up, the drum brakes in reverse aren't going to apply hardly any braking pressure even when you're on the brakes. So you're able to move your trailer without having to do anything special, which we'll talk about when we move into the hydraulic coupler discussion here. The disadvantage to this system is drum brakes are not as good as disc brakes. They do require more maintenance. They do need to be adjusted periodically versus disc brakes are always adjusted perfectly. The drum brakes are also enclosed in a drum, so if you're in salt water, etc., they should be flushed out. They're just more difficult to get at. So there's the pros and the cons to the electric drum brake system. Okay, second most popular option for brakes is going to be the hydraulic surge coupler with the disc brakes. So as you can see, we don't have any battery here, and the electrical connector is now a five-pin connector. And the reason for the fifth pin is normally a 4-pin connector would be standard. The fifth pin in this case, what it does is it connects to your backup lights. So when you put your tow vehicle in reverse, it puts 12 volts to that circuit, which what that does is it bypasses, there's a wire in here in the brake actuator, so it bypasses, there's a solenoid that bypasses the brakes so that there's no hydraulic pressure added when you're backing up. Because this trailer uses disc brakes, they apply just as hard whether you're forward or reverse. So there's only two ways that you're going to back up this trailer, particularly if you're pushing uphill. Because what's going to happen is this coupler in here, this hydraulic coupler, is going to get pushed back when there's pressure put on it. So when you're driving your vehicle and you hit the brakes, the weight of this coupler pushes on the hydraulic actuator, and that's what applies the brakes. If you go to back this up, if you have it plugged into your vehicle, again, the reverse lights will disable the brakes. The other option you have is there is an apparatus that goes in the slot which will lock in here, and it'll stop this coupler from moving back so that you can back the trailer up. The disadvantage to this system is that it relies on the pressure from the vehicle to apply the brakes. So given the situation I used on the other electric drum system, is that if you got a trailer that starts whiplashing behind your vehicle, you can't use your actuator inside the vehicle to apply the brakes. You got to hit the brakes on the vehicle, then the coupler is going to actuate and apply brake pressure. So you just have a little less control. So the advantages are you got disc brakes, less maintenance, they work better overall, they never have to be adjusted, they're easier to clean. The disadvantage is what I just said. Okay, last option is what we call the electric over hydraulic brakes. Now, the only real disadvantage to this is the cost. They're a bunch more money. These only come into play on trailers that are going to be over 7,500 pounds of weight carrying capacity. The beauty of the electric over hydraulic is they offer the very best advantages of both systems we previously showed you. This is able to use disc brakes, yet you're going to have control over them with the brake control in your vehicle. So everything we talked about, the pros and the cons of the other two brakes, this takes care of all that. You got control over the brakes, you got disc brakes, and they work literally flawlessly. Whether you're going forward, backward, you got control over your brakes all the time. The only disadvantage is the cost up front. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thanks for watching.